All right, everybody, welcome into the WrestleForever review of Evolution, the first ever all-women's pay-per-view. It was a really good show. See if I can get my chat pulled up just in case anybody wants to talk while I break this thing down. My chat app up. All right, cool, we're up. So it was a really good show. Me and Ryan just finished it out. We did a live stream for it. It was a lot of fun. So thanks to everybody that hung out with us on Twitch or YouTube, where we're streaming this again at. So thank you guys so much, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. It really helps us out. We're doing wrestling stuff all the time. We do anime stuff, video game stuff. We have like a Let's Play, a bunch of cool stuff on the channel to look out for. So we'd really appreciate if you did subscribe to us. It helps us out a lot. We've been building up over the past year. And the live streams are a ton of fun. So me and Ryan had a really great time. Ryan has to go home, get sleep for school tomorrow, so I'm going to be breaking this down by myself, which immediately makes everything a little more awkward and harder on me, but that's okay. Nobody's too mean to me out there. So let's go through the card. First, let's talk about the set. It was very dark. They had the steel rails as opposed to the padded ones. And the ring was well lit, and the background really popped. The like Titantron area, it looked amazing. I thought the aesthetic of the whole show was really good. It was just quality all the way around. There were some bad spots, there were some sloppy spots, but there were like no bad matches, in my opinion. I thought overall this was a very strong pay-per-view, and I really hope it's something that they continue. I hope it's something that the people in the back take notice, because the build to this was just awful. The go-home shows were just awful. They weren't even go-home shows for this. They built more on Crown Jewel, which I did have a problem a little bit with them showing off some of the Crown Jewel in the show, since the women are not allowed to be there. But what are you gonna do? Overall, though, the whole bit of it was pretty good. So let's go over the show. The first match we had was, I got all of it pulled up on my phone. Thankfully, people are quick to Wikipedia on this stuff. Trish Stratus and Lita versus Mickie James and Alicia Fox, with Alexa Bliss on the ringside. It lasted for 11 minutes 5 seconds. Overall, I thought this was a really good match. Trish looked really good in this match. It's like she didn't miss too many steps. Lita was about a step behind, but she was still pretty good. And there was one big botch towards the end, and that was on Alicia Fox. It was weird. The botch was on one of the superstars that wrestles frequently, where Trish hit the Stratusfaction, and she went for the pinfall. The referee counted 1, 2. Alicia Fox was supposed to break it up. She did not. She didn't even come close. So the referee stopped counting. Mickie didn't kick out or anything. It looked bad. And then they showed a replay of it. That's what really made it even worse. You should have just left it alone, but they showed a replay of it and made it look, you could see everything that happened there. But overall, the match was fun. It was a good warm-up match. It started the crowd off hot. They were super, like, they went crazy whenever Trish's music hit, Lita's music hit. So the match itself was really fun. It was, I would say it was probably the weakest match on the card, but that's to be expected, and I still thought it was very good. The next match we had was the over the rope battle royal, and for a women's championship title match, and so we got all the legends in the ring, and we had all the new people come out. Iconics come out. I say new people, all the newer superstars, the current superstars come out. The Iconics came out at the end, cutting a promo, doing their annoying Iconic stuff. It was really good. As soon as they got in the ring, they were the last two in. The bell rang, and they immediately got eliminated. Saw it coming, but it was still fun. There were some good moments in there with Carmella. She had her mandatory dance break. Ivory got in. Ivory was a trooper. Ivory hung in for a while. Ivory got in, did a dance break with her. It was really good. Me and Ryan were really hoping that Zelina would pull it off. She kind of slid away and hid somewhere. So we're like, oh, she's going to come in and eliminate whoever's last. But it came down to Nia Jax and Ember Moon, and they were battling it out. and people were hot on Ember. They really wanted her to win, but nobody was upset when Nia won, which was really good. But there was a moment where they were both hanging. Ember and Nia were hanging over the ropes, and Zelina went to push them off, and we're like, there it was. But they stayed on the apron, rolled back in, and eliminated Zelina right after. It was kind of a bummer, but still overall it was really good. It was one of the better battle royals that I've seen, and the ladies really put it out there. The legends really came in and made their mark there. And it all boiled down to current stars, which it should have been. And then eventually, after slugging out back and forth, uh, Nia eliminates Ember Moon. I do want to talk about the spot where Nia eliminates Zelina. She picks her up, and she like missiles her into Tamina, and like her knee catches Tamina in the face. It looked freaking gnarly. But overall, it was a really fun battle royal. I liked it a lot. Nia Jax picked it up, and she is going to have a future title opportunity, and I am okay with that. I'll go ahead and give you the result. Of course, I think everybody knew that Ronda was keeping the title. That was the main event, and we'll go over that in a second. But Ronda won, so Nia's getting a match with Ronda, and I think the Ronda and Nia match that they had at Money in the Bank where Alicia cashed in. See, I need Ryan here to keep me on track. Where Alexa cashed in. I thought that was Nia's best match and Ronda's best match. So I'll be excited to see them do a full match with an actual finish between the two of them. I'm super excited about it. So next we had Toni Storm and Io Shirai in the Mae Young Classic. This match was killer. It was one of the shorter matches. It might have been the shortest one. Let me see. I don't know how long Ronda and Nikki was, but this match got 10 minutes 20 seconds. I guess it could have used a couple more minutes. I thought the match was paced very well, though. I felt like this whole card had room to breathe. And of course, the best match got the most time. And this match was freaking killer. They started the pace and they kept it up, and everything was so damn clean the whole way through. We get Toni Storm hits her finisher. Io kicks out. She counters into something, steps over, goes to do the moonsault off of the top rope, and Toni Storm gets the knees up, pulls her up, and hits her. What is it? The Zero Storm, I think is the name of it. Oh yeah, Luke just chimed in the chat. He said he hadn't seen the card yet, but he's about to start. It was really good, man. It was tons and tons of fun. The whole show was awesome. So if you don't want it to be spoiled, I would click out. But hey, man, it's good to hear from you again. We're only streaming the bigger pay-per-views now, so we're off and on. But we were there tonight. Don't listen to this and spoil it for you because it was really really good, dude. But back on, yeah, Toni Storm picks her up for what is it? The Zero Storm and finishes her off there. It was really really good. And this is like I think a lot of people feared that Stephanie would come in and take over too much of the show. This was the only moment other than the end where you really saw her, and all the ladies that were on the show got to shine, which was really nice. And it was kind of surprising with how little promotion, like almost faith it felt like WWE had in this event. And I think it could have been the best pay-per-view I've seen all year for WWE. The next match we had Sasha Bailey and Natalya versus the Riot Squad. In a 6-woman tag match. This match, it was weird because it was really botchy and sloppy, but also it was still really entertaining. Me and Ryan were like, man, I'm seeing things left and right, and yet it's still really good. There was the moment where, who was it? Sasha went to flip over the top rope, and she didn't get caught. Michael Cole was saying like she got caught. I don't know if she got hung. It looked like she didn't clear the rope, but they still caught her and threw her into the barricade. It was pretty gnarly. There were just, I don't know how to really describe this match. I thought it was still better than the first match with Trish and Lita, but I think it was definitely the second weakest match on the card. I don't know if anybody really thought too much of this. I really wanted to see the Riot Squad go over, but they didn't, and I guess it makes sense. It would have been cool to have Sasha do a heel turn here. There was a cool moment where Bayley, instead of dragging Sasha away, she laid on top of her to protect her from a finisher, and I liked that moment. I thought it was a cool moment. The match did have some cool moments, but uh, Sasha, Bayley, and Natalya went over here. The match was 13 minutes 10 seconds. The next match we had on the card, I was certain. I was like, after this match finished, I was like, this is going to be the match of the night. This has to be match of the night. Because I thought, initially I was like, Tony Storm, Io Shirai, match of the night. Then we got Shayna Baszler and Kairi Sane. And I was like, match of the night. God, this match was killer. It went on for 12 minutes, 10 seconds. It felt a lot longer than that. But, God, man, this match killed. There were tons and tons of hard-hitting spots. Kairi went up in the end of the match, and she threw Shayna over the barricade into the other horsewomen or whatever. Ronda, of course, missing, but she threw Kairi Sane threw Shayna over there. So then for the end of the match, they kept popping up and hitting Kairi Sane, and it still looked like Kairi Sane was going to pull through. She gets caught one last time on the rope, and Shayna pulls her down into the Kirifuda clutch, and she passes out. She doesn't tap, but she passes out, and I guess this one, I thought maybe Kairi might still win it, but it makes sense because they were talking about, a year ago, the Mae Young Classic concluded between these two, and Kairi went over. I could have saw it going either way, but Shayna picked it up here. It was a very good match, though. God, this whole card was full of good matches. Now, the next match was by far the match of the night. I don't think anybody's going to contest that. It went on for a cool 28 minutes and 40 seconds. Felt even longer than that. And it was just spot after spot. We had Becky and Charlotte for the SmackDown Women's title. God, there were just so many freaking hard-hitting spots. There were a couple of them that looked a little soft, but after some of the stuff, it didn't really matter. There was a cool spot where they're beating each other with a kendo stick. They get back in the ring. They're throwing chairs all into the ring. They're piling them in. Charlotte does a slam to Becky onto those chairs, or maybe it was the other way around. But it was freaking nasty. She landed on her neck on all that stack of chairs. I believe it was Charlotte slamming Becky. Then we got a ladder in the ring. Charlotte puts a figure 8 on Becky through the ladder. That was gnarly too. A good use of the ladder. There was another slam on the ladder that was really heavy. There was a table spot. Charlotte went up for her moonsault, which she always misses. She hits, but the table didn't break. So they went back up. They fought around, and I don't know if they called in the ring let's do it again. They put Becky back up. Charlotte did a front flip onto the table, snapped it there. It was a really, really cool table spot. They went brawling on the outside. Becky gets Charlotte up onto the announce table, climbs the ladder, drops a leg. You thought it was going to be over there. Charlotte gets up. Becky beats her down and hits her in the face with the belt, throws a bunch of chairs and stuff on top of her. Charlotte still gets up. And by this time, the crowd is chanting, "This is awesome." By the way, the crowd was amazing for this event. It really felt like an NXT crowd, and they really made all the matches feel even better than they were because everybody was so into it. But she piles all the chairs. Charlotte gets out of that. Charlotte starts coming back strong or whatever, and they fight out a little more. They get another table out there, and it looks like Charlotte puts Becky up on the table. Charlotte's going to go for a really far moonsault onto the table, and Becky rolls off, runs up, picks Charlotte up from the turnpost, and power slams her through or power bombs her, sorry. See, I'm not good at doing this by myself. I need Ryan here. He needs to stop being such an early bird, getting all them damn college worms. But She power bombs her through the table, and Charlotte tries to get to her feet. She does not. Becky retains. Crowd goes wild. The match was so freaking killer. Let me see. I'm gonna refresh this real quick and see maybe if they have the time there for that match. Oh, they do. Ronda and Nikki went on for 14 minutes and 15 seconds. Now this match didn't feel that long, and it was a typical Ronda match. Ronda was getting dominated left and right, left and right, left and right, pulling up some some offense here and there, some really strong offense. But Brie was out on the outside, of course, for the whole match. The ref definitely looked at Brie a few times as she was interfering with Ronda. My bird's going crazy out there. He looked at Brie when she was interfering with Ronda and didn't throw her out, which I guess didn't make a whole lot of sense. But that's not how the match was planned. Brie keeps coming up. Ronda sends her flying over table. She gets back in. Ronda eats a Alabama slam, and then she gets the rack attack by Nikki. Ronda kicks out. They go up to the top rope, and I don't know what it is that Ronda does, but it looked painful and a little awkward. She slams her down to the mat. They spin off of the top rope and slams down to the mat. Ronda has control of her arm, puts Nikki in the arm bar. Nikki taps out immediately. Ronda retains. There's a good celebration there, and then they go up to the top of the ramp, of course, and all the women come out, and it's the show fades out with everybody standing up there. The show, God, it was really good. It was an A show. It was at least an A. I might say A plus, because I was blown away. My expectations were already high, because I thought the ladies might have some fire behind them to put on a really good show, to show that it is important that they have things like this. And man, they killed it. So the whole moment was really good. I hope they do it some more. I hope everybody else got to watch and enjoy. If you haven't, well, you got everything spoiled for you if you're still here. But go watch it anyway. I can't recommend it enough. It was an A show. But I'm gonna stop rambling at you guys and holler out of here. I appreciate everybody once again that tuned in for the live stream and hung out with us. It's always so cool. We're a smaller channel, so it feels nice to have people come in and talk with us. And even if it's some of our friends that we know personally, it's still really cool, and it means a lot to us. So thank you guys so much, and be sure to subscribe to the channel. Like I said at the top of the show, we have an anime podcast where we weeb out about all sorts of things. We have a Let's Play on the channel. We do reviews. We do the wrestling stuff, of course. It's just a big nerd haven here, so it's a ton of fun. Please subscribe to us. It really helps us out. Leave us a comment below. Let me know what you thought about the show in the comments below. Be sure to hit the like button for us, and you guys take it easy. We'll see you soon. We should have a bigger show after our normal podcast, after Raw and SmackDown, to kind of give the week going into Crown Jewel, which is going to be a crap show. I'm definitely not watching that on the network. I don't know if I'll watch any of it at all. I haven't really decided. But yeah, you guys let us know what you thought of the show. Thanks for hanging out.